Well, welcome back to Study on Spotlight. We are in an episode. Today we have Lindsay from International College of Manitoba here with us. So welcome to Hong Kong.
Yeah, thank you.
So is this your first time in Hong Kong? Or?
You know what? It's the first time that I've spent more than like a few hours here. I've been here on layovers before where I've gotten out of the airport and walked around, but never actually spent the night and come in and meet with our partners and meet with students. So yeah, this is my first like sort of proper visit to Hong Kong, and it's really, really fun. And it's Golden Week right now, so lots of people here, lots of things going on.
Right. So how does it feel different to Manitoba? Because like maybe most of our audience doesn't really know where's Manitoba or Winnipeg. So introduce us a bit about the location.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you. I mean, just as a little bit of background for me, I'm graduated from the University of Manitoba, and I've lived in Manitoba most of my life. I have moved around a little bit here and there, but most of the time I've been in Manitoba, and a lot of that time in Winnipeg. So I love living in Winnipeg. I think that there's so much for international students and just anyone to be able to get out of our city. It's a really fun and vibrant place, but it's also affordable, and it has a lot of great opportunities, like things that I think I've been able to do that I probably couldn't find elsewhere. And of course, it's home. I have a really strong connection to the province, but I always really love telling people about our city, and especially getting to show them around if they come and visit, because it is a really beautiful city, and I think it surprises a lot of people. But you know what, even if you don't know Winnipeg, you probably know a lot of things that have been influenced by Winnipeg or named after Winnipeg. Winnie the Pooh. Guess what Winnie the Pooh's named after?
Well, Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. Yeah, Winnie, right? I know. So Winnie the Pooh, the storybook character, was inspired by a real life bear that was in the London Zoo. And long story short, that bear was named Winnie after its adopted owner's hometown of Winnipeg.
Oh.
So whenever you see Winnie the Pooh now, you can think of Winnipeg. But James Bond as well. James Bond, the character, is inspired by a real life spy named Sir William Stephenson. Sir William Stephenson is from Winnipeg. So if you ever see a 007 movie, you can think of Winnipeg. Yeah. So, but in any case, Winnipeg, it's really hard to compare it to Hong Kong because it's very, very different. But as a Canadian city, it's a medium-sized city. What I really love about that is the fact that it's got everything that you'd want out of a Canadian city, but at the same time, it's affordable, and it's also really friendly and welcoming. Even on our license plates on our vehicles, it says "Friendly Manitoba." Like that's our tagline, because we really look out for each other, and I think international students really feel that too, and it's that that community sort of hometown vibe.
Yeah, so I guess like international students, so often they consider like Vancouver, Toronto as a study destination, because that's the most comes to mind city when they pick a destination. But when it comes to Winnipeg, as you mentioned about, it's really friendly and it's medium size. I think it's less terrifying to international students as well.
Exactly. Like it's really, I feel like it's easier to stand out. It's easier to make a name for yourself. Be a big fish in a small pond kind of thing. But also, you can make friends so easily, because especially as an international student, and if you're starting in ICM, in the International College of Manitoba, your classmates are international students. You're all in the same boat. You're all kind of looking to settle in and start developing those friendships. And then you go and explore the city. There's so many cool things to do. Just talking a little bit more about the city, because it's got a lot to offer in terms of like really fun, cool things, experiences. Of course, you'll be able to see snow. Big difference, right? The weather is always a big difference, but we have all 4 seasons. Summer's beautiful. It's usually between 25 to 32 degrees. So not crazy hot, but nice that you want to go outside, go swimming in a lake. Manitoba has over 100,000 freshwater lakes. It's a very beautiful natural province, and not super overcrowded. So if you want to get out in nature and sort of like be one in the forest, you can do that. But if even just exploring the city, hanging out on a patio, there's great music festivals. We have a really cool live music scene. But in the wintertime, of course, the snow falls, the temperatures drop, the rivers freeze. in my favorite area of the city, which is sort of right in the center, there's two big rivers that meet. And in the winter, they freeze.
Yeah.
And we make the longest naturally frozen skating trail in all of Canada. We've got like these art installations along the trail, even a pop-up restaurant. You can go skating and check it out. Like you can just really kind of feel like you're getting that true Canadian adventure and that experience in coming to a city like Winnipeg, because we really love where we are and we love all 4 seasons that it brings.
Yeah, especially we don't snow, even get cold, like really like freezing cold in Hong Kong. But having that experience, like being able to skate on a river, like, but how cold it would get? Like, is it minus like 20 something degrees, or would that?
Yeah, I mean,
doable?
so in the sort of coldest months of the year, you could definitely see minus 20 degrees or colder. But I think it's important to remember that we're a city built for our climate. So our buildings are very well constructed and insulated. So when you're inside, you could be wearing a t-shirt any time of the year. We have central heating, also usually central air conditioning, because we have such a variety of climate throughout the year. But then also, when you go outside, the great thing about cold weather is that you just got to put on some extra clothes. So just wear, insulated jackets, Canada Goose or whatever. Like you can get the fur hood and you got it all set up. But just wear like good quality clothes, layers. Like I think that's the nice thing about cold is you can always put on more clothes and you feel comfortable. The hot, you can't. There's only so many clothes that you could remove. So it's honestly, I find most of our students come from tropical climates. They adapt very easily because they understand. I mean, I think if you're looking to study overseas, you have a bit of a sense of adventure already. And I think the students that really thrive are the ones that kind of come into it open-minded and really, just want to experience a new city in a new country. So if you wanted the exact same thing, you would just stay here. But you're looking for something new, and you're looking for all of that opportunity that allows you to grow and kind of, even just something as simple as making your first snow angel, like laying in this. Do you know what a snow angel is? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like it's kind of these pivotal moments, but it's it's all part of the experience.
Yeah. And it's kind of like experience, as you mentioned, there's a lot to explore, especially going to a place different to your home country. And speaking of which, so apart from the weather and the seasonals in Winnipeg and Manitoba, so what the options or what to explore other than this the fun part? So academic wise, what's there to explore in?
Good segue. Yeah, exactly. So of course, in Winnipeg, we have the University of Manitoba, and that's where ICM is located, where international first-year pathway into the University of Manitoba. The University of Manitoba, it's the biggest university in the province. So you can think of sort of the province of, you can think of the University of Manitoba as being our flagship university in the province. It is a public institution. It is the oldest university in Western Canada. If you look at pictures of the campus, you'll really see those aspects of, that sort of late 1800s architecture, but also then, of course, a lot of new and beautiful developments on the campus. And it's that very North American style campus with the big green spaces and walkways. And you really have that like campus community. It's in the southern part of the city too, so easy to get around the city. But when you're on the campus, you really have that like true kind of classic campus experience that you might see in a movie or like picture.
It's very important, especially having that study vibe, like being in.
Yeah. And also really cool thing about our campus is that most of our buildings are connected by hallways and tunnels. So if it's hot or raining or cold and you don't just feel like going outside, you can go around through the tunnels and you just stay inside the whole time if you want to. But I think it's a really fun fact because students don't always think about just those little things of how we are adapted to where we are.
Right.
And then the province of Manitoba itself, it has so much to offer. we have a very diversified economy. So there's a lot of different industries that make up the province. And that means that there's a lot of different career opportunities.
So for example, like, can you name some?
Yeah,
industry?
absolutely. We're the third largest aerospace hub in Canada. We're a tech hub for central Canada. We are home to the biggest agribusiness in Canada is headquartered there. One of the major insurance companies is headquartered in Winnipeg. We're a major inland port, so transportation, logistics. We're also a hub for life sciences innovation. The treatment for Ebola was discovered in a research lab in Winnipeg that worked very closely with the University of Manitoba. So like that's just a snapshot of some of the different opportunities. But I think what's really cool is the fact that because the University of Manitoba is the biggest university, it's the only research intensive medical doctoral university in the province. All of those industries, like they are on the campus all the time. They want to hire our students and our graduates, and they're really the university, not just within Manitoba, but beyond. It's just so well connected with those folks. So it really opens the doors for students. It's not only giving them just that bachelor's degree, which is, of course, an important educational credential, but it's also giving them that experience and ability to be able to get into the job market even before they graduate. With things like co-op programs, they can do paid work placements and start getting at that, building that network and getting some experience. And then of course even more. So there's because we are a research intensive university, even undergraduate research opportunities are available for students. I know some of our alumni are doing those kinds of things, and it's just really cool what you can do as like a third year or a fourth year student before you've even graduated. You're really being able to put those skills to the test and start to develop some really crucial experience that will help set you apart once you graduate.
Yeah, I think that's more important, especially in the society nowadays. Like, it's just not about the knowledge and the theory that you study from the books and of the lectures, but as well as you mentioned, like applying the skills, like really contribute to the society, applying and then develop and then contribute back to the society. That's really important. So I think for international students, what you just have mentioned, there's lots of degrees program available for students to choose from. So is there any advice? How should they choose?
Well, I mean, that's
there's a lot.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I know I'm sure I'm not alone. When I was graduating high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I think that's very common no matter where you studied. I think a lot of times the beautiful thing about a Canadian degree is that it is very flexible and that as part of your studies, you will be able to take electives.
Yep.
So you get to test out different things. You can take a look at the course descriptions and take courses in, I don't know, agribusiness or anthropology, or trying to think of some examples like geological sciences. I don't know. Just you can start taking like courses that seemingly, they look very different from each other and maybe don't seem like they're directly part of that bachelor's degree that you applied for on your application. But the fact that you can do this and it's part of your degree means that then you can start exploring. And if you find something that you're interested in, there are, you can change your degree if you want to, and it doesn't necessarily add on a whole bunch of time. I think the flexibility is really important, and the fact that students can kind of explore really helps them to get a sense of what they like, because sometimes you don't really know what it is until you get in that class and you sit down, and whether it's a matter of just changing your major or changing your faculty completely, like our academic staff can help you kind of figure out what that could look like. Also, the career consultants on campus are really great people. If you let's say you took an economics class and you really, really liked you really, really liked that content. You wanted to know more about like, what would that look like as a career? Go to a career consultant and they can talk to you more about what job paths are available. Even connect you with industry mentors. You can start chatting with folks that are actually working in those career paths. See what it's. I think that's important. Really big important. A really important thing is to study something that you're passionate about and that you really truly are interested in.
Yeah, and International College Manitoba also offer like this, what you just mentioned, the help, the assistance to students.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've got great student student advisors and those career consultants do come into our office and take appointments with students too. So even in your first year, you can have those conversations about your long-term career planning. And so when you apply to ICM, you do apply to a different international year one program, depending on what you want to study at the University of Manitoba starting in your second year. But those electives and that sort of flexibility is definitely there. So it's not like you're locked in into any one area. You can change, and our teams can help you figure out how to navigate that. Because I think, with studying at the university level, academics is a big part of it. But if you're not passionate about what you're studying, and you're probably not going to take up those extra things that we were talking about. And that is really what really builds that experience.
Because it's quite like a big jump from high school to university, especially when high school so often, well, for Hong Kong student, I'm not sure. For Hong Kong student, maybe
any student.
Teachers are being spoon-fed with like informations and what you need to do, like for the subjects, what you need to study. But when it comes to like university, it's all down to your passion, what really drives you forward. And really, you need to take this self-initiative to approach maybe to like not just see for help or the opportunities available, but also trying out different things. And I think it take a lot of courage to do that. And without any help, I think many students kind of like terrified in a way. Especially with English as a second language and don't know how to maybe ask for help or something. But ICM will be able to offer the help and support to international students because you know what exactly a student needs.
Exactly. So let's talk about ICM for a second, because it is an option for students if they want to earn a degree from the University of Manitoba. They can start through ICM and do a foundation or international year one, depending on what they've studied here in Hong Kong. And then that allows them to apply into second year at the University of Manitoba in 7 different faculties. So we've got pathways into the Faculty of Arts, which is like the social sciences and humanities, the agricultural and food sciences program, business, engineering, environment, recreation management and community development, and science, which includes life science, computer science, physical science. So there's a wide range already. But with the ICM program, we're really all about that first year experience. So that is our expertise. We understand that international students are not just coming from high school and moving into university, which is already, like you said, a big transition. It's also the new country, the new culture, the new education system, the new expectations. Suddenly you're expected to be an adult and you have to go grocery shopping and clean your bathroom and somehow find time to still go to the gym and then study on top of that, and maybe go to your volunteer and become a student leader. But so with our approach, it's a very holistic approach to helping students navigate all of that. We make sure that they have not just the academic advice, but also we're there to talk to them about anything going on in their life and help provide a lot of proactive resources and outreach too, even before they arrive, actually. So when a student has applied and is accepted into ICM, we offer a pre-arrival module, and it's delivered by 2 of our alumni, and it goes through just kind of getting those expectations and what you need to know before you even step foot on the campus, before you even go to orientation. So just those little things. We know that there's a lot of questions, and sometimes it is scary to ask. We want to give them as many opportunities, students as many opportunities as they can. We even have chats with our peer advisors who are other students gone through these things before. They're trained by our advising team, but it's just another way to connect. If maybe you're feeling a little bit intimidated going to a staff person at first, a peer advisor could be a good first stop. And we have a Telegram chat where students can connect with those with our peer advisors, and then maybe start getting some advice from somebody else. But the biggest thing, I think, is just to remember that there's no stupid questions. There's no reason, anything. We want students to come in. We want them to talk to us. We want them to get the answers to the questions they need. But at the same time, to remember to expect that we're not just there to spoon feed the information, because that doesn't help develop the skills you need to, then be able to solve your problems later on. So we're going to help you kind of understand where to go to get that information, help you interpret it, so you build those skills and know what to do next time, whether or not you need to come in and chat with us. The other thing, just a completely random, but I think very important piece of advice, is check your emails. Probably every university would say this, but emails is a big source of how we communicate information to you. And you can definitely learn a lot of important and helpful tips along the way. So just check your emails, build that habit to read them carefully. But then if there's something in there that's confusing or you don't quite get it, just reply. I mean, there's staff on the other end that want to talk to you and want to help make sure you have all the answers.
Yeah, email just bring up a very good point, that email student do, like, I don't know, because we thought, well, technology is really easy to handle nowadays, and emails are just, maybe we're so used to WhatsApp and all these kind of like quick messengers and stuff, but emails is really the biggest communication.
It's sort of the official communication. I mean, there will be opportunities to kind of message and stuff, but the official communications from ICM, from the university, they'll come by emails. So check your email, read it, just make it a habit.
And it's not just the email, maybe the student account as well, because with your timetable or your results and your exam, all these kind of information will be up there. So even paying your tuition fee, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, check your account every single day. But definitely, because what you just mentioned, ICM having that support for international students, and knowing that there's always somebody like to support you is really important when you maybe it's your first time being abroad and without parents away. It's not just about studying or any academic issues, or maybe just the life issues, maybe going to grocery store, maybe budgeting. Most of the students might not be able or may not have the life skills to do so. So we really appreciate that if students have like question, do ask the question. Don't hide or something, especially when speaking of budgeting, because it's really important as a life skill, just not just for uni, but later in life. But having by the way, how was the cost of living?
Good question. So I hyped up Manitoba. I talked about it a lot, but I don't know if I touched on this. It is a really affordable place to live, which I think makes it stand out a lot for students. So in terms of cost of living right now, we recommend students budget about 16 to 19,000 Canadian dollars per year. Of course, it depends on their lifestyle, how much they like to go shopping, but like for a modest student budget, Winnipeg's a really affordable spot. It also, I think too, it's really great because we don't really have issues with housing availability. Like there is residences on the campus, and oftentimes there are rooms available until quite close to the start of the term. So
plenty of supply.
Not that it's, it is still very important to plan ahead and book things early, especially so you get your top preference. But I think coming to a city like Winnipeg, the affordability factor is huge, but also the tuition fees are very affordable too. Our tuition costs are about 23,000 Canadian dollars a year. So all in, what is that, like 40,000? No, wait, 40-ish thousand Canadian a year, compared to some universities that might just be the tuition cost.
So maybe over then.
Or more, exactly.
So actually, considering University of Manitoba is a U15 university, and with that tuition and living costs, it's quite
So you said U15, exactly. So U15, I think, is also a really great marker for students to understand just like that, the quality of the degree that they're getting. So not only is it the university is so well connected and just really has a really strong reputation in Manitoba, but it's part of Canada's 15 research intensive universities. Other members of U15 are the University of Toronto, UBC, Western, McGill, and then the University of Manitoba. So we're very proud to be in very elite sort of level of universities in Canada. But then the fact that we have such affordable tuition and cost of living mean that return on your investment is even stronger at our university. And it still opens up all the same opportunities that students have after they graduate. But even actually in Manitoba, because the province really wants to retain our graduates, we want them to stay and work in our province after to contribute to this, really dynamic economy that we have. So we have a provincial nominee program with special streams for international student graduates to apply for permanent residency if that's something that they want to do. In Canada, with the current policies, any university degree, you can apply for a post-graduation work permit and work for up to 3 years. But some students want to stay longer. And it's really nice to know that Manitoba does have specialized options for international students who've graduated in our province and are working and living in our province to do that.
Yeah, and comparing to other provinces, actually Manitoba put students in a very good advantage because you have the connections with the industry already while you're studying with the co-op programs. And especially because it's the flagship university in the province. So presumably that will be a lot of job opportunities open in the province comparing to other places as well, because you get all these competitions from other universities
totally,
as well.
Exactly.
So that's really good opportunity for international students to consider, especially if you're looking for value for money, and especially a very renowned and high research university. So yes, University of Manitoba and ICM would be an option to consider.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Like, I think Canada as a country has so much to offer, and we have such high quality education and those great opportunities for students to stay. But then when you start looking at something like Manitoba, all of these little things, I think really add up to making it a very outstanding option. I will just throw a shout out that our fall applications are opened. So we do have 3 intakes a year, but most students from Hong Kong will join us in September. You can apply now. You can get a conditional letter of offer. But we're also offering a $2,000 entrance scholarship too. So while we have already very affordable fees, that just adds to it. We want to reward our students. So we try to make it really easy with the application. And of course, your team makes it even easier because they've got all that support from right here in Hong Kong too.
Right. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much for being with us today. So if you are interested in University of Manitoba and ICM or any other programs or inquiries you want to know about studying in Canada, so feel free to WhatsApp us or maybe just give a call. So we will see you in our next episode then. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.